Okay, when doing watercolour techniques, I'm not going to try and show you how to paint, but with acrylic colours, they're much more economical than watercolours, for instance. A tube's probably about the same price, but you get a lot more in the tube, and the pigment content is probably about the same. So doing a standard watercolour, I'm just going to wet the paper down to put a little bit of a sky in at the top. What I'd like to show you is the medium, the surface tension breaker, or can also be called a watercolour medium. Now what I'm going to do is just mix some water with ultra blue, and you'll see that it will leave sort of a graduation, or sorry, I'm attempting to make a graduation. So we can see the clumps of pigment here. To avoid the clumps of pigment, we'll use surface tension breaker in the water, and we use about 10% in the water. And the surface tension breaker will allow the pigments to disperse, and now even on dry paper we'll get a much more even coverage without the granulation effect that we had before. Unlike watercolours, acrylics, once they're dry, will not lift. Mind you, with the amount of water we've added, you might get a little bit of lifting, but they won't lift the same as watercolours will. By adding drying retarder, 10 to 15%, to the mixture, you will find that you will be able to re-wet the acrylics for several days after they've dried.